Awesome.
Alrighty.
All right, guys. So, officially welcome to week 6 in the 8-week course. I know it's gone quickly, but not quickly.
But then when we're
quickly, but not quickly at the same time. Yeah.
It's when you cover so much, I think, and now you start thinking about each week, and you're like, wow, that was heaps.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's awesome that you say that too, Karen. It's cool. It's been impactful.
Quickly, but impactful. Yeah. Like gone deep. Like I feel like we've covered so much. I'm like, what did we even do in week 2? And I need to go back and like check.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. So tonight, what are we covering off tonight, Steve?
We are covering, a bit about accountability and how it's really, really important to stay on track right now. As we've been guiding you with our tools for you, sort of thing, to keep you guys on track at the important times, which is right now. And I'm sure you're aware of that, Kieran, being on how important the accountability is when you are in a program or, say, surrendering to the process that we've got in place for a certain reason. Right now is really important to be accountable to everything that is in place. The structure you guys have been so good at following, so good at showing up for. Right at this point in time, it's when you'll really see the power of staying accountable going forward with it, how important it is in going forward in life even, not just for the next couple of weeks. So, yeah, did you want to add anything on that?
Well, I wanted to say what we're covering off on this training.
I'm getting there. Yeah, well, that was just covering up. Yeah.
Yeah.
We always talk about this before, guys, and we always understand it differently.
It's good though. Stuff's not always perfect. Sometimes I'll have an idea in my head and Steve has another idea. So, well, yeah, we were going to touch on consistency, which Steve's done most of just then.
Yeah.
We are going to talk about alignment because, in week 1, you guys went into looking at your vision. What is your big vision for your life? We went into that, and then now we've also gone into life purpose. So it's like you guys really have an idea of where you want to be, where you want to go moving forward. So now we're going to talk about really getting into alignment with your purpose and your higher self and starting to every single day get closer to living from that space. So we're going to be looking at really having a big focus on what do we need to release in order to get more into alignment with your higher purpose, your higher self. And then we're going to go into forgiveness. So because we kind of touched on it, we didn't really go deep with it in one of the previous trainings. I can't even remember which one. And tonight, from doing all of the looking forward work, this ties in really well because forgiveness and releasing, it's the same thing really. In order to move forward in our lives and be living our purpose and our passion, all of that, we need to forgive. So we're going to be going into that, and then finally Steve's going to be finishing off with a really cool self-love exercise.
Yeah, really, really cool. We've got a couple of cool exercises actually tonight, guys. It's this is one of the things we've really looked at the way the course has gone to really tie in a lot of the stuff, but then really take it to the next step. And tonight there's a couple of cool exercises that really do that. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah. So anyway, going back to consistency. Yeah, it is super, super important. So guys, bit of tough love here right now. Bit of masculine energy.
It's my line. Yeah. All right, I'll just...
It doesn't fucking matter. Look, if it's Sunday or Saturday or whatever. If you guys want to recondition your mind, you got to do this stuff daily. You've got to do your affirmations and all of this stuff every single day. Because, here's the thing. If doing the work stays just an idea, I should do my morning routine, it's just an idea, the result will also always stay just an idea. And we know that you don't want that. So do the fucking work.
Is that your tough love?
Yeah.
Wow, she goes easy on you guys. She really does. And we've said all through this, we're not coming from a space like you must do this, you must do that.
But if you want this,
if you want the results, we really, really encourage you to be accountable, stay consistent, and really, really value. The way I look at this too is with anything like this, our weekends, we're conditioned for the weekends. They're our foot off the brake or mind off the job or whatever it is. that's the most important time that you should be focusing on improving and being consistent, because that'll create a bigger shift across all areas of life.
And you want to start getting out of that mindset of, oh, weekend, now I can relax, because that's the mindset of everyone who pretty much has a shit life that's unfulfilling and they don't like. It's like they work 5 days and then, finally Saturday, Sunday. So it's also about that, just getting out of that mindset.
It is, yeah.
Like yesterday I had a call with one of the platinums, won't say her, and we were talking about, we had set a routine for them to do on our last call. And I said, have you been doing that? And they said, yeah, I have been, and it was really good, but I probably haven't been doing it as often as I should. And I was like, well, do you have the time to do it? And they were like, yeah, I probably could make time for it, but I just haven't been. And I'm like, well, thank you for being honest with me. But yeah, it's just another example. So it's the same thing. If you really want this, you're going to make time for it. You're going to make it a priority. So.
Yeah. I can guarantee that you will make this a priority if you keep getting big results. That's the key here. Once you get that little result, you would rather get that feeling rather than the feeling of like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that, I feel guilty, because you're just creating that there. And the simple thing is to just keep going with it. Like, you've already, with the feedback we've got from a lot of you guys on the calls and even in the group and even on your daily debriefs, when you're showing up doing them lately, guys, I've got to point that out, they help us help you too. They really do. And a lot of that comes in there when you don't do your priorities and that you feel guilty because you don't do them. It's same with being accountable to and consistent. We're releasing all these feelings of guilt on a deeper level. But if you're going to consistently let them come up here, there, and everywhere, you're going to recondition, or you're going to just continue to have that condition that the little feelings of guilt and letting yourself down so that you're not breaking them ones. The deep ones is awesome to work on. And so we're really going deep with this. But if you still have these little patterns going with the same negative emotions, guess what? Over time, they're going to form and
come back.
So it's all interlinked, guys. All this stuff's interlinked.
Yeah.
But you're doing amazing, by the way. You're still doing great.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. We get where all of these are at.
Yeah, and it's been really, really cool, like, talking to a lot of the platinums. They've just been, because we talked to them one-on-one. They've just been having some awesome breakthroughs, and it's really, really cool to see. So
it is cool. It's cool to see from everyone. Like even seeing some of your posts and everything on Facebook.
Yeah.
I do scroll a bit. It's good when I'm looking out for your stuff, but guys, but it's the same thing. There's a lot of positivity. There's a lot of cool stuff happening. A lot of changes. We can see it.
Yeah. Cool.
We want bigger changes, but.
Okay. So talking about alignment. Connection. This is the funny thing. So talking about alignment.
I don't think we're going to use that word.
Yeah, because we kind of got, this is a thing, like, well, I don't know what a better word is. We're going to say connection. With the word alignment, we just heard it so much last year that we're just sick of it. We don't want to use it anymore.
Well, what could you use it on the path?
Like, alignment.
Heading in the right direction.
Congruency.
That's part of it, yeah.
Congruency
with your
wholeness. Well, aligning with your purpose.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we're going to use it. We'll be using it. We can also say connecting. But what alignment is meaning that your beliefs and your thoughts and what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, the way that you're living your life, is a match to your purpose and your higher self. Okay, so for example, if you have a belief that says, I'm not good enough, it creates negativity, negative emotion, suffering for you, that's not an alignment. It's not a match with your higher self and your purpose, because that is not what your higher self believes. It's not the truth. It's a lie. And alignment is really, really bloody simple. If you think a thought or a belief and it feels good, it's an alignment. If it doesn't feel good, it's not an alignment. Like, it's really, it's really that simple. And, our minds quite often will try and, make things logical and go, but da-da-da-da-da, and try and it's just like, nah, if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. If it does feel good, do it. Always listen to that intuition, that inner knowing. That means that you're in alignment, or that thought or belief or whatever is in alignment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With your higher self or your purpose or whatever at the time. Just know that this can change. Any of you guys that are really like still not locked in on what your purpose might be or anything like that, or you're still finding your way, it's that first feeling we always say about trust your intuition. That's what it is. If it feels good, might be scary or whatever, but when fear comes up, that's when you're not trusting that intuition. You're letting that creep in, and that's when you start to work it all out.
Yeah. And you know what? This just reminded me, one of my favorite sayings, and I've forgotten this for a while.
Could I prompt this for once instead of prompting you to like say shh?
If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. Right? Because if something is right, like, you know, if you answer a question, like if you answer a question, or if someone asks you a question, you answer it, or an opportunity comes up and it's right, it's like instantly you know that it's right. You're like, yes, this feels good, right? Karen, type there are yes if you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like instantly you're like, this is what I need to do. I know it's right. Yes, let's do this. Instantly, it's a hell yes, right? If you don't feel that, it's probably a hell no. Don't do it, and start to be ruthless on it. Because like I said before, you know, something can come up and then you're like, oh, it feels really good, but you know, it doesn't make sense because of this plan and that plan, and your brain starts to just throw that out the window. If it's a hell yes, it's a hell yes.
Conflict is misalignment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In a conflict. Yeah. Exactly. Not being in alignment with your higher self and your purpose creates that inner conflict. It's like that little inner war we have, between our ego self and our higher self.
Yeah, and that's a lot of our basis of our training in the last few weeks has been on that, and ways to have a look when you are feeling that, looking from the outside in. That's the purpose of all that training. So always refer back to that.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. So we're going to do something super simple now, and this is going to lead into one of your tasks for this week. So we can actually start to become conscious of what we need to do, like actual action steps we need to take to start becoming more aligned, more connected with our purpose, our higher self. So Steve and I will both give you, before we go into the exercise, we'll give you an example each of something we've had to release from our lives. I'll go first.
I'm going to release you in a minute. Help.
Just let me be masculine tonight, okay?
I'm liking it. I had my masculine outburst all afternoon. Don't worry.
Okay.
I think that's what it was.
Karen loves Okay. Yeah, I'm in my masculine tonight. All right.
Why does it feel okay then? Maybe I'm in my feminine.
You are. All right. So it's not always a bad thing. I'm going to give you guys straight up, I'm going to give you guys an extreme example, you may say. Just because I feel it's a hell yes. It's right. So last year, when I was, I kind of started off with, working with coaches and this kind of self-development work, specifically last year, March, let's say, right? At that time, I was in a relationship at that time and had been for about 2 years. And we were engaged. I thought it was serious and everything. And the more that I started doing this work and going deep and being like, fuck, this is my purpose and this is my message and this is what I truly, really want to do in the world. And, uncovered what my values were. I just wanted to live for service and contribution. I started to realize that the relationship I was in was no longer serving me, and my heart wasn't in it anymore. It wasn't in alignment for me anymore. And, the more that I grew, the more that we grew apart. And so I kind of denied it, because, it's not something that's easy to face. And, but it got to the point in about June or July where I just couldn't continue doing it anymore. And so I had to actually make the decision to release that, to actually end that relationship. And it was really fucking hard. I cried a lot and I felt guilty. I felt bad for him. It was really, really hard. But I kind of grieved it for a month, and then I just flew. I started flying, like, in all areas of my life just started like exploding in a good way. And month after month after month, I just kept growing. Life kept getting better until where I am now, not even a year later, not even 12 months later. So when we do this work, it is very confronting. You see the truth and it's not always pretty, but you need to make that decision. Are you committed enough to really start releasing, looking at what you need to release from your life, to really be living your truth and honoring your soul?
Cool. Hi, Belinda. Welcome.
Hello.
Awesome that you're on. Yes. Kieran's like mirroring what we're saying back to us.
Hey, Belinda. Awesome to be on.
Cool. I'm going to give a little different take on it. And mine stretched out over time. It's probably a really good example of where I wasn't fully trusting my intuition and following through, and it took a long time to do it. It was in regards to work and what I was doing, and that I was already asking questions and feeling I need to get out. And back to when I lost my mate to suicide, that was like a really big event for me over there. And I knew then, I started listening and feeling like I've got to get away from it. But mine was really drawn out because I wasn't sure and I wasn't trusting myself. But it took a couple of years. And then as soon as I made the decision to invest in myself, I didn't even know what it involved. As soon as I made that decision, that was like a load was lifted off me emotionally. I hadn't done any work. I didn't even understand what personal growth was. But as soon as I made that decision, like there's something in this, and I trusted something, it took me about 2-3 months after that to quit a job that I'd done for 20 years. It's pretty big, and I understand you guys. That's when it's come to work and things like that, safety and security. That was for me. But as soon as I was able to release the feeling that I needed, that security of just the job and the work and everything, and then start focusing on my own personal growth and journey, a lot of stuff happened that was amazing. Just things happened one after the other, after the other, after the other, and it was nothing to do with what I was attached with. That's the thing. Everything I was attached to into income, money, significance in the job that I've built up over 20 years, that once I could let go from the attachment and follow something of what was my purpose. I am in alignment now with my purpose. I've had different times, and you would have along the way, where we've started to go off track, but that was the start of me following it. And the decisions I made were like bang, 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 all in alignment. And that's what I think I know where you guys are at, and you're not knowing still maybe what alignment is or anything. And that's why we really, really suggest you just listen to that voice and make some decisions on something that you're drawn to, or you're something that feels good. It's really important.
Yeah. And something that may feel difficult at the time. That's just, so both of what we just shared are perfect examples of how every time that you make a decision that is difficult at the time, but that deep within is honoring your soul and your purpose, the universe will support you every single time. Good things will follow every single time if you really trust that calling, that inner voice that you have.
Yeah.
So just type through a yes, guys, if this is making sense so far. If you understand that along your journey, there will be things that you need to release from your life. And are you ready to release them? Yes.
Yes.
Awesome, Karen.
How about you, Belinda?
Belinda.
Yes. Super cool then.
Cool. Awesomeness. All right. So
awesome sauce.
Awesomeness. What we want you to do now. Okay, anyway.
If you were to know what them words were, what would that be? Oh, wow.
You know when something's in your mind and then it comes out differently and anyway, that's what happened. So what we want you guys to do now is literally ask yourself, what is it that I need to release from my life right now in order to become more aligned with my purpose? Okay, so what is it that I need to release from my life right now in order to become more aligned with my purpose? And so write that question down. And we just want to give you like 30 seconds to a minute to start writing a couple things out. What comes to mind? And it may be stuff that's difficult, that it's like, oh, I don't want to deal with it. But deep down, you know that you need to let go of it eventually.
The sooner you deal with it, the better.
Yeah. All right. So just a minute or so, guys. Write that stuff down. What comes up for you? What is it that I need to release from my life right now in order to be more aligned with my life purpose? Go.
Cool. We'll give it a minute, yeah? That's a...
I don't know where I've been having like cartoon songs come up in my head today, guys. I don't know what's been.
You gonna sing them cartoon songs?
Yeah.
Nah, it's alright. Don't worry. Thinking on the go.
Cool, guys. And when you're ready, not when you're ready, sorry, right now. Just
well, they got to be ready right now. Ready right now.
Yeah. So just stop right there. Hold it. Stop right there. So you guys, for your task this week, you're going to go further into this. But for right now, just type through a couple of things that you know you need to release right now. Just type them through. Share with us. Just type them through. Just put that on pause for a minute.
Oh, you had to put that on there when I said that? Okay.
Alrighty. Wow, Karen. Articulate as always. Okay, weight is the first thing that comes to mind, meaning all the things that comes along with that comfort, belief that I'm not good enough. Interesting. Need to release what others thinking about me. You mean need to release the need to care about what others think about you, Karen? This happened today. I told someone close I was going to England and I knew it would be received. You always go away and travel and notice I play small to make others feel better. Yeah, and worry about people judging me. Yeah. Now that I don't know enough or who I am.
Don't know enough.
Who am I to lead? Yeah, cool.
I like it.
Definitely need to release that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like releasing the need to care about what others think. That's an interesting one because it's something that is a thing for pretty much everyone, I would say. And it's almost a case of what's happening with the screen now. It's going weird.
The screen is going weird.
Can I just quickly say, it's almost a case of like, okay, because here's the thing. I was listening to something, and what I learned is that as human beings, we are tribe people. So like instinctually, like but on a very deep level, like our 2 million year old brain has that need to be like accepted and belong to a tribe. That's like within us. So like on a very deep level and like naturally, we want to be loved and accepted and part of a tribe. So it's more almost a case of like not just saying I don't want to care what other people think. You want to care what the right people think. You want to care what your tribe think. But you want to make your purpose so strong and powerful that you do things regardless of what other people may think. I don't know how to explain it, but so basically we're always going to have some kind of like little thing in the back of our mind saying what are people going to think of me, and a need to be accepted. But as long as you're accepted by the people that you respect, that's all that matters. We just don't need to worry about the people who don't respect us, or who, because there's all the people that bag you out, or all the haters, they just don't understand, that's all it really is.
Yeah. So maybe the belief or whatever you want to release is you're not worthy, or something so simple like that. Because when it comes to questioning yourself is what happens when you feel judged. You're just not happy within yourself about something. So maybe pinpoint that. Could be just back to your weight, and that'll cover a lot of that.
Yeah.
It will cover a lot of it. Like I know when I've done a lot of this work before, it's very specific of one little thing, and that can create, and what you've written there, it unfolds, and it might lead back to one of them things. And the more release work you do, or the more we focus on that one problem, it'll uncover the next one and the next one. And then you'll understand why that you're feeling that way, that you're playing small or anything. You don't have to work it out now. It'll be something underlying, something that you start with that. That's what I would anyway. Because I think, it's all interlinked. But for the purpose of these exercises, just go, and it's usually first thing. What's the first thing? Ask yourself, close your eyes. What's the first thing that comes to mind that I need to release right now?
Yeah.
What's the first negative emotion that doesn't serve me that comes up? Boom.
And then how can I do that?
Yeah.
And so when you guys, so your task for this week, by the way, guys, is to do a hardcore like journal on this, like empty out everything that comes to mind. So it's not just like thoughts and beliefs. It can also even be like having a good clear out of your house, or like your room, like throwing away shit that you haven't used for like the past 10 years that are gathering dust. Like energetically, that makes a difference.
But I've got rid of it all.
Decluttering.
I feel like she's talking to me because this is what I've been doing. That's why it's like really
You're
important.
like the king of you don't have any clutter at all.
I did have.
You throw
this
away
is what I'm
everything
saying.
of your mum's.
I started with mum's stuff, and then I got into mine.
I'm like, Faye, do you have this? And she's like, no, Steve threw it away. So anyway,
I was going to apologise for butting in, but it's really important that you guys understand that we do this stuff too, like on a major level. I've been selling like all my precious fishing stuff on eBay that I haven't used in 5 years.
Yeah.
So.
But it feels really good, and it was the same thing when I moved to Australia. I only came here with like 40 kilos, just 2 suitcases. Everything else in New Zealand I sold. I have like 1 box left in my brother's house, and that's it.
Now she's taken over half,
and it felt awesome.
Half of their house here.
It felt like a new life. It was amazing. Releasing my house and selling it. You have a house, Karen.
Yeah,
wow, what a grown-up creating a new home.
Oh my god, what you just said? What a grown-up. She's not a teenager, okay? And on the mum, I was helping her clean out stuff that she didn't need 15 things of. I didn't just go and say, Mum's gone, quick, sell this shit, give it away. Only a little bit of what I did.
His mum is the kind of mum that will have like 10 like ornamental china cats clothes and like put them on a shelf.
Just because there's a bit of space this big there. It's like,
Hashtag free Steve's mum.
It should be from the clutter.
Oh wow, this is hilarious. So not a grown up though. I'm totally faking it. Okay, anyway, what was I saying? Releasing. So what else can you release, Steve? So thoughts, ideas, feelings, habits, objects.
Material ones are really good. Yeah, material ones are really good, guys.
Yeah.
They are, because you've got a lot of emotion or something attached to them. And just by default, by selling off something that might have a memory or something to it, you're actually getting rid of the emotion too. Trust me, it's powerful. It really is.
Yeah. It's like, this is a really good example actually. So after my mum passed away, my stepfather, like, I'm really not one to hold on to things. Like, I love throwing shit away. I'm like, oh yeah, it feels so good.
I'm gonna watch myself.
Stop interrupting.
I'm gonna get in trouble tonight.
And so after she passed away, my stepfather, who they'd been together like 10 or 11 years, she was the love of his life. They had a child together, and he was absolutely devastated, of course. And he held on to her stuff for such a long time. And I'll give you a really specific example. So in his car, which was her car, that he kept for a long time, he kept one of her hair ties around the indicator thingy-majig, whatever it is, for like 7-8 years after she passed away. Like, so much stuff. Like, he was just clinging on to it. And you could see how it was just like he thought by clinging on to that, somehow it was gonna like change things. Like, he was literally afraid. And anytime me or my brother would say, hey, maybe you want to throw away that like little candle stub that mummy used like one time, he'd be like, no, don't touch her things. Like, he wouldn't let us do it. And even though it was like so many years later,
it's the same as my mum's
and
stuff.
And it played out in his life, because he wasn't willing to accept that she had really gone and heal and move forward. So objects can have massive emotional, energetic attachments to them.
Songs, CDs, tapes, if you've still got them. I don't know how old we are in here, but all that sort of stuff. Even listening to music that reminds you of a time. Don't listen to it anymore. That's a release. Choose, say that does not serve me anymore. It reminds me of this.
Delete it from Spotify.
Gone, out of here. I've done this recently, like with a lot of the songs, or would you will, that are linked into my last year in Beast Mode. I will not listen to them anymore. They don't serve me going forward. They don't. So, boom, gone. Simple as that. No, they held massive positive significance in my world for a long time. They did. But moving forward, they just no longer serve me. So I choose to release.
Choose to release. Hashtag choose to release.
The biggest one, I think it's the biggest.
Yeah.
People. Shit, we could talk about that all night, but
well, no, that's the example that I gave. So.
Yeah, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, that's one of the. It's actually one of the biggest ones, and probably one of the hardest ones, because that's what we have the most attachment to. We have that connection with people. So, so go deep on this, guys. Literally, just go deep. Write out everything that comes to mind and start putting it into action. I love releasing people.
If you are looking at releasing people, or you're looking at your environment, write it down, and just for you, not for them, just why is that going to create space for you? Just why. That emotions are tied to it. Just write it down. It's really significant to write down just the why. That's important.
Yeah. That's really important. So why you guys are doing this week, in week 6, is so we want to start hearing from you guys over the next 3 weeks what starts to show up in your life as a result of you having released stuff that was no longer aligned, that was no longer serving you. Because this is what happens. This is really, really important. We fill our lives up, our energy field up with all this shit, all this clutter that doesn't serve us, right? And it means that there's no space for the new to come in, okay? So once we actually start clearing this out, we start creating the space for what is truly aligned and what we do truly want to start coming into our lives. So for example, you'll start to notice with people, you start to release people from your life, right? And it may be difficult at the time and you're like, and for a while maybe you're like, I have no friends, because I went through that last year. But then what you'll start to notice is that all these cool people start showing up in your life. And you're like, holy shit, these people are fucking awesome. And then after some time, you actually look back on the people that you were friends with or whatever before, and you're like, those people just didn't even know who I really was. Like, why was I even spending time with them? Like, yeah, they're nice, whatever, nice schmice, but they just totally didn't get who I was and was not serving me in any way, shape, or form. That's really important, isn't it?
Really, really important. And it's
Clear
having that knowing that, yes, people are going to show up. It's the same in relationships, and it's hard. Trust me, I went through it for years and years. The belief that maybe no one was right or going to show up. If I held on to all these past ones, I could maybe text her back or get back with her. Trust me. Release, and have a knowing that the right one, if you do the work, will show up. And this is the work, guys.
And it's not just with people, it's with everything. It's with relationships, it's with even physical things, material things. More money will start to come in.
Yeah.
More love, more abundance, more freedom, more happiness is going to start flowing in. But you first need to create that space for it.
Yeah, cool.
This sounds familiar. Oh, yes.
Oh, should sound familiar. And this is every human.
Yeah. And Belinda, we were talking about that on our call, how I drew a card for Belinda and it was sisterhood, and how around spending more time with people would be really beneficial. And she even said, yeah, I have times I don't know what to do with myself during the day when the kids are at school.
There you go.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so are you guys clear on that task for week 6? All my friends when I was about 22, I still sometimes look at all of them hanging out with them, but I feel really good. Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And when you're looking just on people and everything in your environment, so don't look at them in a bad way either. Everyone's here to teach us a lesson in whatever it is. That doesn't mean that in the future they might, if you want to raise their vibration or whatever to lift up to yours, they might go on their own journey and you can be friends in the future. It's not about, it's just for here and now.
It's just that they're not aligned with you.
That's all it is. It's actually nothing big. So yeah. I'm just going to go this way. You just keep going there. I'm going this way.
Yeah. Easy.
See you later.
Cool. All right. Awesome, guys. Okay. Who's excited to go into the second half of this training? Forgiveness. Hand raise. Belinda. Yeah. So, yes. Cool. Yeah.
I think that's the first time someone's actually used a raised hand for the right reason.
I think it was actually this one. Yeah. So as we touched on in one of the previous trainings, I don't know what week it was, forgiveness is huge, and it ties in perfectly with this topic because forgiving is the same. It's the same as releasing. Forgiving is releasing all that is no longer serving your highest good from your life. So we're going to do a super powerful exercise, and it's going to be guided. So we're actually going to, you won't be able to see Steve or myself. And are we using music for this one?
Yeah. No, we've had some fun with the music. I don't feel it tonight. No. I don't feel it. I think your sweet musical voice is going to be fantastic.
JJ, just
in time.
To do forgiveness.
Yeah, that's all right.
Awesome. Cool. So literally all you guys need to do, get comfortable, relax, close your eyes, and start off with your breathing. In the nose, hold a couple seconds, out the mouth. Just get nice and relaxed. And all you need to do is listen to my voice. All right, and there's not going to be any music this
Music,
time.
just sound of her voice.
So you won't be able to what happened last week.
Yeah, so that we know.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Cool. Are you ready? Jack, get relaxed now. All right.
Mm-mm.
All right, so this is a very powerful exercise. Adapted from a Hawaiian technique, which I've actually used before and is really powerful. I'm not going to say the name of it because it's kind of crazy. And it's just going to be a few minutes, and it's going to help you guys to start a deep process of forgiveness. All right, so first up, I want you to, as I said, close your eyes. You're in a nice, comfortable, relaxed state. And you're going to bring up a person that you're going to forgive. It could also be yourself, if that's what you choose. So close your eyes and see this person in front of you. Ask this person if it is okay for you to heal your relationship with them. Get a sense of whether they give you permission. If the answer is no, just respect that. Bring in a different person instead. All right, so I want you to imagine now that you open up the top of your head, draw in universal white light into your heart, and keep sending this person this love and light until you see them sparkle with light. Then tell them everything you need to tell them. Let it all out. You can do this silently in your mind. Now allow the other person to respond from their wise inner self. You can let them do this silently in your mind. Ask your wise higher self, what are the positive learnings here for me to learn? What other positive learnings are there? Search deep within your heart to see if you're willing to completely forgive this person now. Knowing that as you forgive, you release yourself from this pain you felt in the past. This person, tell this person you forgive them and that you now let this go. Allow this person to say to you, too, that they also forgive you, or that they are sorry if they have caused you any pain. Then either take this person inside your heart or cut the cords that bind you together. If you cut the cords, you cut the projection that you have of this person, which allows you to see this person for how they are now and not the way they were in the past. Notice if there are any cords that bind you together. If there are any cords that bind you together, and now imagine a golden sword and cut the cords first from your end and then from the other person's end. Then place these cords on a healing sacred fire and see how the blue-white heat of the fire cleanses away all the negative energies held in these cords until they are all gone. Then a new positive energy rises from the fire, which is a gift to you. Breathe this positive energy in. Let it fill your lungs, and as you breathe out, let it flow to every cell of your being, body, mind, and spirit. Now ask your wise higher self, what is it you want me to learn so that I can move forward in my life aligned with my spirit? What is it this person is teaching me by being in my life? Trust the answers you receive. Then thank this person for allowing you to do this healing work. Cool. All right, guys. And we have David on.
Dave's on.
David,
Awesome.
cool.
We forgive you.
So just when you're ready, guys, you can open your eyes, come back to now, and just type through what came up for you. How did you go?
I think you've taken him on a journey.
Yeah, this stuff is really powerful, guys. It was funny. Yesterday, we did some really cool stuff with Tessa, and at the end of it, she was just kind of silent, like speechless. She's like, I feel like a possum in headlights. My conscious mind's like, what the fuck just happened? Jack, my dad.
That's awesome, brother. Awesome, man.
You know, guys, the 3 people that are most important to forgive is yourself, your father, your mother. That's like the place to start almost, and then go out from there. Cool, that's really awesome, Jack.
How about you other guys?
So just type through this. And you know, with this, it's like you can, beyond forgiveness, you can actually go through and realize, you know, as we kind of said before, but it's so important to know that every single person that has shown up in your life was just a mirror of your own consciousness at the time. And they showed up for a reason. It's to teach you something. And everything that you learn is there because it's teaching you something you need to know in order to fulfill your life's purpose. So you can even go beyond forgiveness and feel grateful and say thank you for this to this person for showing up in your life and being a teacher. Because everyone in life is a teacher. Everything in life is a teacher. Is that a new?
Let's see. We do want to see where everyone else is at with this. Good, light, cool. You don't have to type who it was, guys. Just how you're feeling with that. It's just important, like I say, for us to know that you sort of get where this is going. It's really, really powerful on such a deep level. So yeah.
Yeah. You'll never be able to truly live your purpose, live your truth, if you're holding on to stuff, if you're holding on to bitterness, resentment. Like you must forgive in order to move forward. It's really, Really, really important. Just type through, guys. We just want to make sure that you're okay.
Make sure you're with us.
Even if you're having a cry or whatever, just type through, let us
just
know.
know it's all okay.
You introduce yourself. That makes sense.
There you go. That's awesome for JJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did everything because he loved you, and he just did everything with what he knew and understood at the time, with the way he was raised, with his conditioning at the time. Cool. All right. So now that everyone's comfortable, here we go. Good. My ex came through and he said no, then I brought myself in. That's super awesome. And he said no, that's the purpose of that exercise. Linda, that's awesome that you realize that straight away. Brought yourself in, forgive yourself, and guess what popped up? It's cool. Yeah. When you like forgive yourself on like a really deep level, then you kind of just, it's like you don't even have a need for forgiveness, because you just have so much love and compassion that it just flows out, and you just let go of all of that resentment and anger and sadness. So that's really cool. Cool. Follow on from that with your lovely voice going through that guided stuff. Wow. It's got me like all there. But on that note, guys, while you're comfortable, like I say, we started this training just going into the accountability, all the here and now and everything like this. With that, we can, when we maybe don't show up in one area of our life or anything like that, we can get really hard on ourselves. I like this all the time. You? Yeah. Like majorly. So this little bit at the end, it's something we touched on the other week in the Q&A. It's going to be just a little guided stuff too. I'm going to do it just via the timeline again. But firstly, just type in, have you got a mirror or a phone or something like that where you can see your own image? Just type through a yes if you have. It doesn't really matter if you don't, but it makes it more powerful. Belinda, yes. Belinda, yes. Cool. I know Belinda likes this one. Yes. How about you for JJ? I love that name. On your phone, that's all right. You know what you look like in the mirror anyway, brother. Cool. That's 3 out of 4. That's good enough. That's right. Yeah, cool. In the car too. Or I hope you're parked. For JJ for this one. Yeah. Please tell me you're parked. If not, just listen to this tomorrow. Lock your doors too. You might go on a bit of a journey. But what I want you to do, I just want you to get really comfortable, even in your car, wherever you are. Still the eyes open. You've got a mirror in that car, but JJ, that's cool. What I want you to do, I want you to look at yourself. Yeah, no, that's good, man. You value your time, man. That's really cool. What I want you to do is, look in that mirror, the phone, even just remember what you looked like the last time you looked in the mirror. And just remember what your features were, everything, the parts you don't like, parts you do like, but more importantly, your eyes. Focus on your eyes. It's really important to focus on your eyes. Now, with that last picture or that last glimpse, I want you to just put the phone down, the mirror down, or turn back, just so you're comfortable. Then I want you to close your eyes. Just focus on your breath. When you're focusing on your breath, I just want you to just go through it a couple of times, 3, 4. Just breathe it out. Might be 5 or 6, just so you get that timing. Any thoughts come up while you're breathing, count your breath. It's a cool way to do it. Now what I want you to do is picture that timeline, future to past, whichever way that may be. I just want you to point to the future. Just take note of where the future is.
All right, went to the past. That's it. Take note of where that is. Now what I want you to do is just picture a line joining the two together. You can trace that line with your finger if you will. Whichever. Just have your eyes closed. Might be a bright white line, it might be a dark line, it might be a blue line, green line. Whatever it is, take notice. And what I want you to do, bring your focus back to your breath. We're going to go on a journey. I want you to float up out of your body now. That's it, up out of your body. What I want you to do is look straight back down on yourself in the present moment. What did it look like looking in that mirror? What did you see? What did you see looking in your eyes? Through your own eyes? Was there any noise? Did you hear anything? What did you feel like? What did it feel like looking at your reflection? Or knowing what you looked like? What did you notice? Just take note of that in the present moment. What I want you to do now, I want you to float back now. Just go back, not very far into the past, just to a time where you felt really, really good about how you looked, how you were, how you felt. I want you to picture that. That's it. Float back to that time. It might have been today. It might have been a week ago. It might have been a long time in the past. Just float back down now. What I want you to do is stay up on the timeline, just looking up and what was going on in that picture. What was happening? Who was around? It might have been a time you were looking in the mirror. You were super proud, super happy. What I want you to do, I want you to really notice what did that feel like? Just looking back, and you're looking at yourself from the outside. Now I want you to float down into that time. Float down into that time, into your own body, and I want you to really feel into it. What was the colors like? It was really bright. Were you feeling happy, joyful? You're just grateful. You might have been on a journey. You might have worked hard in the gym and just looked really pumped. You might have been just happy how you were. And when going out to a party, I just want you to remember what that felt like. While you're in that, I want you to make it brighter. I want you to make the sounds louder. That feeling, build that feeling up, that happiness, that joy. That's it. While you're in that picture, what I want you to do is notice. Just notice how bright it was, how light you were, how easy things felt. I want you to remember that picture. Make that picture big and bright. That's it. Blow it up big and bright now. It's just a big picture now. Now, as it's a big picture, I want you to float up out of that picture, taking notice of everything. What do you see, hear, feel? We're going to go on a journey back now. We're going to come to the present moment. As you go back, what I want you to notice is all the good, happy times along the way. All the times where you felt great. You had immense self-love. You felt light. Take notice of all them times. That's right. There's lots of them. You mightn't have noticed them before, but they're popping up everywhere now. That's it. Take notice of how it feels, how light you float back into the present moment. Looking down at your own body, I want you to drop back down into your own body now, into the room. That's it. And slowly I want you to open your eyes. As you open your eyes, I want you to grab that mirror or that reflection or call on that image again that you knew, how you look like when you felt that way. What did it sound like? What was going on? Just take a few deep breaths. Look straight into your eyes. And just take notice. And that's it. Put the mirror down. And whenever you're ready, just type in anything that comes to mind in the box. The first thought, how are you feeling? How'd you go? What'd you see? What words come up?
Ooh. Both clicked our backs then.
Smiling. Cool. I knew you'd like this one, Kieran.
Yeah. Cool.
Wild dog.
What?
Oh, that amazing big smile. Cool. Awesome. You might have to explain that one for JJ.
How'd you go with that self-love exercise? What came up for you?
Wow.
My old dog.
My old dog. It might have been, yeah, he might have been in the picture, or she.
Was
That's
he a
cool.
reflection of you? Like you
Mind
looked
you,
in
he's
the
got the
mirror
hairdo going now. I get it.
and you saw a dog.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, that's funny.
This is cool. Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, what we're going to do, he was there for me when I was getting picked on.
Aww.
Wow, that's super cool.
Say dogs are cool.
I'm not getting a dog.
Do you know what Steve said today?
Do we want to tell them before our future test is? Yeah, we can tell them. It's cool. It's funny.
What did you say today? I was like, oh my god, I saw the cutest baby Labrador the other day. It was so cute. And Steve said,
I don't remember.
oh my god.
No, I said I would rather have 2 kids instead of a dog. 2, not just 1.
Oh my god.
Yeah, cool.
Aww.
Well, put it this way, the JJ, I don't even know what to call you, John or Jay. That is, and that's a cool memory to have, man. You miss him, yeah, but guess what? You've learned a lot from him. He's made you feel happy in that moment. You're able to go there. Use that memory as a really cool thing, man. That's all you need to use that for. Okay. Now we're gonna go. What do we got? Oh wait, we're gonna just check that first before we close our eyes. We'll get all these out. I love that your cat guest contributed in the breathing vid.
Oh, yeah, it's true, Missy. Do you know we were so like in the zone recording that? We didn't even notice the cat was there. That's the funny thing.
It is.
Anyway, glad you enjoyed her.
We may have placed that in there for you, Kieran. she meowed. That's all right. The cat meows, you purr.
She was joining in the breathing exercises.
Cool.
Meow. You know.
What we are going to do now, guys. Now I know we've done some little timeline work before, but this is different. It's different. What I want you to do is get comfortable again. I want you to get comfortable. Keep your eyes open. You don't need the mirror this time. You're already locked in what it felt like looking in your eyes, or whatever came up at that time that made you feel amazing, happy, joyful. Whatever that feeling was, it was a great feeling. I just want you to have your eyes open there. As you have your eyes open, I want you to think how amazing that would be to have that feeling just to tap into any time. Any time that things were going on, you could just click and go, there it is. Because you can do that. Same with all happy emotions, joyful, gratitude, all these. We can tap into these at any time, even in our darkest days. I just want you to know that, and as you close your eyes and focus on your breath, have that thought in mind, that knowing that whenever there is darkness or challenging times, you've got that one second where you can focus. You can look into the mirror and look at yourself and be happy that you know you can take yourself to that place, that happy place anytime, whatever it is, that feeling, you can. And the more you do that, the more you have that knowing, the more you tap into it, the easier and lighter it'll feel when you are going through challenging times. So as we focus on our breath now, I want you to picture the timeline again. The timeline will be really, really bright now. I know it is. I want you to picture it, and then I just want to focus not just on your breath and counting it. I want you to breathe deep. So your breath goes past your heart, right down your diaphragm. Hold your belly if you will. Feel it down deep. I want you to count that down. That's it. Going past your heart. Now I want you to picture your breath with color. Bright, yellow, green. Whatever color it is for you when you feel happy. That's it. Breathe deep. And what I want you to do, the color of that breath, the timeline. I wanted you to picture yourself, you're inside your body, wherever it is now, wherever the breath is. With that color in mind of your breath, I want you to look up your timeline. I want you to just picture yourself opening your mouth and blowing up to the timeline, that color. That's it. Make it really bright. Blow it along the timeline to the future. You can highlight the past, but this is going to the future. And as that line gets brighter and stronger, you're going to float up and you're going to follow it, the breath. That's it. Float up out of your body now. Go out to the future. Out to the future, wherever it may be. And I want you to picture an event. Something you're striving for. Something that makes you truly happy. You're getting ready for that event, whatever it may be. It might be just getting up in the morning to go for a run or to the gym. It might be going out to meet friends, new boyfriend or partner or girlfriend, whatever it may be. It might be to see your kids, relatives, someone you haven't seen in a while. I want you to picture that in the future. You have that amazing feeling. What I want you to do is I want you to float down now. Float down into that. What do you see? Who's there? You might be by yourself. What does it sound like? What do you see? What do you see? Bright colors. Remember the color of your breath. That's it. Color of the timeline. I want you to make that really bright, really bright. Brighten it up. As you make it bright, I want you to notice what's happening there. What's been said? All the compliments, all the smiles. You feel gratitude. This journey, you've come so far, but so light, so easy. As the brightness stays solid, the sounds are there, they're consistent. It's softness on your ears, it's easy to hear. I want you to really feel into it. Really feel into it, that's it. Take it in and focus back on, you're in the picture. Focus back on your breath, the color, back past your heart. Breathe it in deep. Suck it right in, that's it. Breathe it in and breathe it out. As you breathe it out, up to your timeline, I want you to float out of the picture and notice as you're going the picture up to your timeline. And what I want you to do now, on your way back, just really feel into it and just float back. Float back to the present moment, but notice all the way, all the bright colors, all the lovely sounds, how you're feeling. I want you to float back down to the present moment, float back down into your body. Once you're ready, open your eyes. If you've got a mirror there, I want you to just take a really quick glance, just really quick, smile and say thank you. Be grateful, thank you. And just I don't know, whenever you're ready, guys, type through. I'd love to know what colors came up. That'd be really cool.
Oh, goodness.
I think I've put Chi Chi to sleep with that one.
Yeah, your heart chakra is green. But then like the color for love is supposed to be like magenta, really bright pink.
I was going to say pink, but I didn't want to get confused that I like pink.
You love pink.
Oh, wow. I have a JJ joke around that. I'm not going to share.
Oh, my God.
Oh. No.
All right, guys,
Not
just
true.
type through.
Type through.
How was that for you?
Big pink. I don't know if for JJ's doing it for JJ. Cool.
Oh, wow.
The colours here. I'm really interested in the feedback from the colours here, guys, because there's so much more to colours. I'm sure, Kieran, you would know that. Like I say, Tanya just mentioned the chakras and things like that.
Yeah, like for example, if you want to strengthen like a certain chakra, you can wear that color. And there's like color therapy. Certain colors will have like a certain vibration.
Yeah, blue's cool. Blue comes up a lot for me.
Blue is your throat chakra. It's about speaking your truth. It's about purpose. Purple, your third eye or your crown chakra. Cool.
Cool. If I'm taking people to that's awesome.
Kieran, yellow, oranges, but red definitely keep going there too. Cool. Awesome.
That is
cool,
super
guys.
cool.
And what was the experience? How'd that go for you?
How do you like the two-tone voice from her wonderful voice to mine? Like, awesome, cool.
Good. So, and remember, guys, with these, literally, you can listen to them as many times as you want. For example, with the forgiveness one, you can do it. Say you have like 10 people to forgive, or you feel like there's so many layers to your own self-forgiveness. Just keep listening to it like again and again for different people, for different times when certain stuff comes up. Like you utilize this stuff. You have the recordings for life. So you have these tools for life.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. While we're waiting for you to type it through, I have like
50,000 forgiveness. Go to the main ones. And the others will follow.
Start with yourself, your mother and your father, Belinda, and then go to your ex-partner. Those are the main ones.
They are.
So tasks for this week.
Masculine's back.
It's good though. I can like switch into masculine, feminine as I please. So tasks for this week, 2 tasks. So task number 1 is once you've done your journaling on answering the question, what is it that I need to release from my life right now in order to become aligned with my life purpose? Once you've journaled on that, I want you to do a post in the group with, let's say, minimum 5 things that you're now going to release from your life. Okay. Second task. After doing, I would do the forgiveness exercise again. Post a video on your experience doing this exercise. Who was it that you forgave? What were you forgiving them for? How did you feel after doing it? What did you learn from it? Because that is really, really powerful. And you know, we're all here where it's a supportive environment. So, and you guys can all learn from each other by sharing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, cool, Belinda. Cool. All right, guys. Does everyone understand the tasks for this week? If you have not done your task for last week, get it done. It doesn't matter if you don't know, like you're like, oh, I don't know exactly what my life
is. Look at the JJ's, it was cool.
Just do it. Yeah.
Open, honest, get it out. I don't know what I'm doing here. We don't need direction.
I know that I'm here to help people.
I just know I'm here to do something.
I have an idea. What is your idea about what your purpose is or what you want to be doing? Just post that. Yeah.
The more you get out now while you've got our guidance, the easier it will be to attach on to something going forward. It's as simple as that. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome Jack.
Awesome Jack. Movie.
Huh?
It's not Awesome Jack, is it? No.
Simple Jack. It sounds weird calling him Jack.
It's the like, JJ. Yeah, that's sticking.
The JJ all the way.
The JJ. Yeah. I can't believe we're saying that. Are we still recording?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Awesome. All right, guys. If you don't have any more questions or anything, there must be a huge delay.
Huge delay tonight. At least we have got through all this tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you
Awesome.
everyone who
Thank you,
jumped
Kieran.
on. You guys watch the recording, feedback. Yeah,
Yeah. And we'll post the tasks with the recording as well.
yeah, cool. All right,
Have an amazing week, guys. Lots of
Bye-bye.
love. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I'll watch this again tomorrow. I've got
That's
to
all right,
yesterday
Dave.
for my currency trading.
That's
All
cool.
good, Davo.
That sounds like a win to me, Dave. So that's awesome. Thank you, guys.
How many
and
signs can one do?
I do this one. That's all I can do. I attempted to do that one and someone screenshot it last week, so
Yeah.
posted it.
Because he was like, let me try and do the love
And I
heart
did the
thing.
like-
And he was like, did the good goggle eyes. Oh, wow.
All right, we've said enough. Thank yous. I'm